Hi, I'm Shane Schick, Editor-in-Chief of IT World Canada, and with me I have Raphael Ruffalo from Computer World Canada, I have Brian Jackson from ITbusiness.ca, and Paolo Del Nobledo, Editor of CDN Computer Dealer News. And we are here with Microsoft and Windows 7, Exchange 2010, Windows Server R2, probably the biggest day for Microsoft this year, and probably one of the biggest technology events in Canada this year. Raphael, I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what you think the IT managers or IT department staff that came here today, what they heard from Steve Ballmer, what kind of messages they'll take away with them when they are starting to evaluate purchasing Windows 7 or Windows Server R2 Exchange.
Well, definitely. I mean, you can't help but be excited by listening to Steve Ballmer speak. He was really, I guess the best word to say, he was really in your face to all of his customers, partners, and some of the media that was there. Basically, he really hyped a few things that IT managers will be interested in. He hyped virtualization, basically, calling out VMware and saying that, Hyper-V is going to be the cheap solution to that problem, and it's going to be exactly what the IT manager needs, and they don't need to overpay with VMware. He also heavily hyped up security, with some of the new features in Windows 7 related to that. And another thing that IT managers are going to be interested in is the fact that basically he promised that Microsoft's going to be adding more data centers in the future in Canada, as companies sort of move out to the cloud, and they don't want that data to be subject to U.S. privacy laws or leave the country at all. Building those data centers in Canada is a promise that he's made, and we'll see whether they fall through with that.
Now, one thing that Ballmer mentioned in his presentation was the consumerization of IT and recognizing that it's not just IT departments that are going to be looking at these kinds of products. Brian, for people in the line of business arena, the people that might be working either with their IT department or maybe outside them, what kind of either new products or features do you think are going to be most pertinent to people that are from that user kind of level?
Yeah, well, it really is the end users that will dictate the success or the failure of Windows 7, and I think that Ballmer addressed that today in his speech. He was talking about, sure, IT departments will be rolling this out, but it'll be the reaction from the end user in the end that really gives that impression. And he tried to instill some confidence in those people by referring to the extensive beta testing programs. He said millions and millions of feedback instances were collected, and all of that went into developing Windows 7. So, people that are at the end user, the first thing they like to see in Windows 7 is the new user interface. Is it clean? Does it make sense? Is it easy to use? Some people talk about going from XP to Vista. It was a bit of a difficult jump, a bit of a learning curve there. Does this operating system make sense for them? And of course, is it fast? Does it work the way you want it to? Does it boot up quickly? You don't want it to be a resource hog. Those will be the first things on the minds of knowledge workers that are reviewing this.
Yeah, talking to a few Canadian customers, actually, to interject here, they were saying IT managers, basically our users are kind of bored of XP right now. So I mean, getting your hands on anything new and some of the new user interface.
That's right. One of the users I talked to, the City of London, said that they're getting envious about that because they did a 100 migration rollout, and they quickly learned that they had to do to 350 because they were getting envy of Windows 7, which was kind of funny to hear.
Now, Paolo, Microsoft lives or dies by its channel and its ability to deliver these products. I guess how excited is this channel going to be, and what did you hear that will help them in bringing these products to market?
Well, they've been excited for like over a year because we've been talking about it for over a year, and now it's finally here. Well, tomorrow will be here. So they're really looking forward to it. I talked to a few over the past few months about it, and definitely there's a services revenue opportunity there in deployment, apps compatibility, testing those apps, making sure they work, getting them to work together with other systems. And also Microsoft with Windows 7 is giving them an option on virtualization. So that's another sort of revenue generator there that wasn't there before. And following up that, there's an opportunity on maintaining those machines as well. So you got like, what do I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 opportunities for services just on Windows 7. The funny thing is they don't think that they're going to move to the cloud, and that was kind of surprising because Ballmer said that they had 1 million seats already getting moved to the cloud, but maybe not in Canada. The last thing was on managed services. There wasn't a lot of talk about that here today, but the channel feels that there is a potential on managed services for software distribution and patch management. So I think it's going to be pretty strong for them probably in 2010. But you had an opportunity, Shane, to actually interview the man of the hour, Steve Ballmer, the CEO of Microsoft. What were your impressions of that?
Well, this is the second time we've met, and I found, compared to the last time, a lot more relaxed, a lot more nuanced, and a lot more humility. He recognized that there were some issues with Windows Vista, that there's things that he might have done differently, but this seemed to be a moment for him to try to move on, to kind of change expectations and get the company moving forward. You'll find a lot more about Microsoft Windows 7, Windows Server Release 2, and Exchange 2010 by reading the stories on computerdealernews.com, itbusiness.ca, and of course itworldcanada.com. I'm Shane Schick for IT World Canada. Thanks for watching.